One night I went to sleep with a really yucky cough, but later on when I woke up, all I could do was laugh. Jesus met me at a gate, it was shiny pearly white. Then he took me in his arms and he hugged me oh so tight. I wasn't sure just where I was, but I knew that Jesus held me. As long as I was in his arms, I knew I would be happy. He walked with me down a shiny road, I think it was golden. We passed a ton of people, but there weren't any old ones. Jesus, let's call my mom. Can I use your phone? He just smiled and said to me, child, this is now your home. But just for a little while, 'cause you're not feeling well. Soon, in a day or two, you'll have stories lots to tell. My visit to heaven was such a great surprise. I got to hug Jesus and look in his eyes. He answered my questions and held me tight, then told me I was going home tonight. When I was in heaven, there was lots of fun to do. I got 2 pet lions, they weren't in a zoo. And there was this cheetah, he wanted to race. Then I played with the monkey, he made a funny face. When I was in heaven, there were lots of kids. Some were just babies, and some were kinda big. Everyone had an angel to help them learn and grow, until their parents decided to show. Jesus laughed at my funny, but told me not to fret, that every child was warm and loved and fed, that here in heaven no one ever was alone. See, this was heaven, it's all his children's home. My visit to heaven was such a great surprise. I got to hug Jesus and look in his eyes. He answered my questions and held me tight, then told me I was going home tonight. When I was in heaven with Jesus, I saw some family. Jesus introduced me to my sister, but she wouldn't stop hugging me. Then I met Grandpa, but he didn't look quite right. He didn't have his glasses on and told me Jesus fixed his sight. In heaven there is no one who is old or sick or lame. Everybody's perfect, but nobody's the same. Everybody has a job, and everybody praises the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The music was amazing. My visit to heaven was such a great surprise. I got to hug Jesus and look in his eyes. He answered my questions and held me tight, then told me I was going home tonight. It's funny, I noticed there was no sun, but the daytime in heaven was lots of fun. But even in heaven, kids have to sleep, so Jesus tucked me in tightly and kissed my cheek. Then in the morning, I stretched and blinked. Jesus was in my bedroom, he smiled and winked. Thanks for the visit, he smiled and said, now it's time to say hi to your mom and dad. When can I come back? I asked him quick. There's a cheetah in heaven I can beat by a lick. Jesus patted my cheek and kissed my head. How about you stay here with mom and dad instead? So that's my story, my day in heaven. I remember it clearly, 'cause I was 7 might grant my wish and let me see heaven, like when